It's probably one of the most iconic corners in F1. A track with kind of two halves. It's a very cool circuit. So we've got a lap of Austin. Here's turn one. It's probably one of the most iconic corners in F1. Massive uphill braking zone. Got no idea where the apex of the corner is. Bit of a theme around Austin. A very cool corner, really good for overtaking because you can brake super late, and a very tight apex, so you've got to brake pretty hard. A very cool circuit. A lot of quick corners to start the lap, a lot of slow corners at the end of it. It's cool, and the barbecue. Barbecue makes Austin a pretty cool place as well. Coming into this section, this is probably the favourite part of the track. Very similar to Maggots and Beckett's at Silverstone. Very, very close to flat out the whole way through. You've got to be very precise. This section here, going up the hill, you've always got to go a little bit slower than you kind of think because your tyres are on fire. And this left-hander here, if I stop here, you can't actually see where the exit of the corner is. So this is a very tough corner to get right. A nice big sausage curve on the apex as well to keep you entertained. This last part of the track is honestly very, very technical. A really long right-hander. You'll feel like you're always trying to get to full throttle and you never can. And then this one, again, you kind of never stop turning. And F1 cars or race cars don't really like to brake and turn at the same time. So it's a pretty difficult part of the track where you can really gain or lose a lot of time. A track of kind of two halves, very fast at the start, very slow and technical. I have no idea what a fast lap around Austin is. Why don't we find out? Pole position last year, a 1:34.7. I reckon I can do it. Beat my time around Austin and unlock the Google Chrome 2.0 livery in-game. Open the lap nicely. DRS on the front straight. So turn one, pretty iconic, massively uphill to a very tight hairpin. Getting traction out of here is really important. You've got a pretty long run. And this section, I have to concentrate, but very fast. You want to try and get the first one right, because if you don't get that right, then the whole sequence is going to be pretty tough. And then it just keeps going. It gets slower and slower eventually. This one over the top of the hill, very easy to do track limits. This hairpin onto the back straight, very tight and a very important exit because it's the longest straight on the track. Now you can relax for a few seconds, look at the Ferris wheel, look at the big tower. And then braking at kind of 100, another big hairpin. And then this part of the track is really tough and slow. So this is a really long right-hander, very tough to get on the throttle. This one, you kind of just have to guess where you need to brake, and a very tight left-hander. A quick right-hander, which in the race is almost flat out, and in qualifying is flat out pretty comfortably. And then another pretty blind left-hand corner, you can't really see where the apex is. Don't do track limits again. And then last corner, and that's a lap of Austin. There you go, a 1:34.5 on the dot. I'm pretty happy with that, but I reckon you guys can beat it. So go get your livery.